Britney Spears has officially joined the Free Britney movement as the singer made a major stride in her conservatorship case Wednesday. Hello everyone, welcome to ET Live, The Download. Brit is letting her army of fans and letting them know she is thankful for their support, posting this to Instagram writing, "Coming along folks, coming along. Now and new with real representation today, I feel gratitude and blessed. You have no idea what it means to me to be supported by such awesome fans. God bless you all." And then, for the first time, use that hashtag Free Britney. Meanwhile, Spears' longtime boyfriend, Sam Asghari, commented on the post, writing, quote, "The internet is about to explode, hashtag Free Britney." Meanwhile, Brit's sister, Jamie Lynn, also weighed in, posting these cryptic messages to her Instagram stories. One was this quote right here from the late Christopher Reeve that reads, "Once you choose hope, anything's possible." The next reads, "Dear Lord, can we end this expletive once and for all? Amen."
I mean, amen.
Amen.
These posts come on the heels of two very big updates in Britney's conservatorship hearing that took place on Wednesday in Los Angeles. And the first big update, the judge in the case granted Britney Spears permission to hire her own attorney, something that Britney has vocalized in the last testimony that she wanted. And Britney wasted no time. She selected Matthew Rosengart, who you're seeing right there. He is a former federal prosecutor who's had a laundry list of high-profile clients, including Steven Spielberg, Ben Affleck, and Sean Penn. Sean Penn even called Rosengart a, quote, tough as nails street fighter. Well, we're going to need him to fight the good fight for Britney.
We shall see, right? Well, joining us now to talk all things Britney and her conservatorship case is Hot Bench's very own judge, Tanya Acker. Tanya, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. Nice to see you.
It's so great to see you. We got a lot to unpack. Let's start with the fact that there was a big win for Britney, obviously, getting to appoint her own attorney. And she says she now has real representation. What do you think this means for her?
Well, I think that the fact that she now has a lawyer, a very good lawyer, who she has picked, someone who she can trust, someone who is really going to signal to her and represent to her that he's in it for her. He's accountable to her. So it's a very big win for her. And I think that certainly for people who are concerned that no one is looking out for her, Rosengart's appointment is certainly, should assuage a lot of those concerns.
I love that you mentioned kind of he has her best interest in mind. Would you say that's a benefit? And in fact, what are some other benefits of having someone that she was able to handpick versus having a court-appointed lawyer like she has had for the past 13 years?
Well, you have to remember, even the court-appointed lawyer, that lawyer's duty was to Britney, but certainly with the testimony that we heard yesterday, with the testimony that Britney gave previously, whether or not her concerns were being represented was something that, at least based on that testimony, seemed to be at issue. Even though that lawyer was court appointed, that lawyer's first obligation was to protect Britney. The fact that Britney said so much about not being aware about her rights to end the conservatorship suggested that maybe there had been some sort of communication breakdown. But the fact that this lawyer, that Britney picked this lawyer and had a say in picking this lawyer, really says a lot about her autonomy and her sense that she is being looked out for.
And Britney said herself in that Instagram post that things are coming along, but I think we can all agree that it goes without saying that Matthew Rosengart has his work cut out for him. So what do you think is the next move for Team Britney here?
Well, I think we know what the next move is going to be. Certainly, Rosengart's going to seek to have Britney's father removed as conservator. He indicated already that he thinks that her father should step down voluntarily. I think that Dad has indicated that he's not going to do that. So we're going to see a couple of things. We're certainly going to see a motion by Rosengart to have him removed. We've also seen Rosengart indicate that he wants to take a look at a lot that's happened over the course of this conservatorship. I believe that, his words were he wanted to examine it, I'm paraphrasing, from the top down. There might be accusations. I mean, people have to be careful we're only seeing and hearing little snippets of this. We only know part of what's gone on here. But certainly there have been questions raised about whether or not Britney has been treated fairly. There have been questions raised even by participants on the team about some of her statements. Some of the lawyers have said that her statements about not being able to have a child and having some of her medical decisions curtailed, some of that is being challenged by the other lawyers and people involved. Some are saying that there are miscommunications between Britney and parts of the team. Britney has indicated that she wants to keep on her personal conservator, who's been on since 2019. But then there's a question about whether or not that person, who's making the decisions that she's had such a hard time with. And so Rosengard's appointment is really going to allow people and allow for a deep dive into who's been responsible for what and whether or not Britney has been treated fairly and with due process and been given due process, frankly.
Tanya, you mentioned, how Britney has been treated and the questions that have arisen from that, which leads us into the next bombshell that came out of yesterday's hearing. In a very passionate plea, Britney asked Judge Brenda Penny to charge her father, Jamie Spears, with conservatorship abuse. At one point, she got so emotional when speaking about her father, she broke down in tears, saying, quote, "This conservatorship is literally allowing my dad to ruin my life. I want to press charges against my father for conservatorship abuse. I want an investigation into my dad. I'm here to press charges for abuse because I am angry and I will go there."
And of course, it's important to note that Jamie Spears denied, any wrongdoing, all of Britney's allegations, in fact. And, he has said in the past he loves Britney and wants nothing but the best for her, yet he still remains a conservator of her estate. So, Tanya, when would Britney be able to charge her father? Can it be now, or does he have to be removed from the conservatorship first?
Well, I think it's important not to get ahead of things. I mean, one, her father has denied some of the statements that she's made. Since 2019, he's been conservator only over her financial affairs. And so there's some degree of, I don't want to call it finger pointing, but some of the things that she's alleged has happened, according to him and his legal team, he wouldn't have been responsible for some of those things. What we know will happen certainly is that her new lawyer is going to investigate what happened, and whether or not there are charges filed after that, it's far too early to say. But we do know that Rosengard is going to take a very close look at who did what her father's conduct has been. And there also seems to be some consensus among some people on the team that this conservatorship is not healthy for her. Certainly somebody who is alleged to be in need, as Britney is alleged to be, probably isn't in the best situation if, they're being so regularly, to use an overused word, triggered by someone who's in such close proximity. So there's been some question that having him as conservator isn't healthy for her, given everything that's gone on.
Tanya, I want to move into the finances that are at stake here. In a bizarre twist, ET obtained the legal bills that show Britney's own estate was billed nearly $1.5 million by Jamie's attorneys, including $500,000 for media matters. When you hear that staggering amount of money, what comes to mind?
Lawyers are expensive. Honestly, I can't. I wish I could say that it's beyond the pale to see those sorts of legal bills, but it just isn't. Certainly when you're managing an estate like Britney's, there are a lot of things to manage, including public relations and media. So, I wish I could say that I'm shocked, but I'm just not. I'm just not.
Right.
I'm not.
Well, as for what's next besides Britney's fight to end her conservatorship, in court documents obtained by ET, Jamie has also asked that his daughter's allegations from the June 23rd hearing be investigated. And as we all know, the next hearing in Britney's conservatorship case is set for Wednesday, September 29th at 1:30 p.m. Tanya Acker from Hot Bench, thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate you.
It was great to see you too.
Thank you.